This is the Star News Brief. I'm Joel Iregi. Details have emerged of a mad rush to register new political parties in readiness for a face-off with President William Ruto in the 2027 polls. The Star has established that hundreds of names of proposed political parties have been reserved at the office of the Registrar of Political Parties. Between November 2024 and January 2025 alone, some 42 names were reserved for registration. Registrar of Political Parties Anne Nderitu said her office has received hundreds of requests for reservation of names since the 2022 polls. At least 45 applications for party registration were reviewed by the ORPP between December and January. Get a copy of the Star e-paper for only 40 shillings by logging on to www.mgazzetti.com. At a time Kenyan politics is shifting, leaving a very thin line between the government and the opposition, one man has remained unshaken: Edwin Sifuna, the firebrand Nairobi senator and ODM Secretary General. While some of his colleagues have joined the King's Choir, Sifuna stands tall, not bowing to the government's juggernaut. Known for his sharp tongue and a fearless heart, coupled with unrivaled eloquence, the first-time lawmaker speaks truth to power, sparing no one in his fiery tackles that have won him both friends and foes alike. The Senate Deputy Minority Whip sat down with Star reporter Luke Awich and explained, among others, the ODM preparations for 2027 polls, why he thinks Kenya Kwanza is a passing cloud, Raila's AUC campaigns, to why he's not backing down on his onslaught against Ruto's administration. President William Ruto yesterday fired salvos at his former deputy Rigathi Gachagua, labeling him tribal, divisive and planless. In a bare-knuckle attack, the president said Gachagua and his colleagues, who are opposed to his administration, are hell-bent on instigating division among Kenyans, but warned the former DP that they would fail terribly. This, even as the president abolished the vetting for northeastern residents seeking identity cards while he's on a week-long development tour. The head of state will visit Mandera, Wajir, Garissa and Isiolo. Musalia Mudavadi's office of Prime Cabinet Secretary is on the spot for brewing ethnic disparity in the civil service. A new audit has flagged the anomaly after it emerged that only two communities, which the audit has not singled out, dominated the office's workforce. Auditor General Nancy Gathungu reports that a review of the employee records on staff ethnic composition indicated that the said communities made up 54% of the workforce. The National Cohesion and Integration Act 2008 prescribes that no public establishment shall have more than one-third of its employees being from the same ethnic community. The relationship between the police and communities in Nairobi's slums was bitter and distrustful a few years ago, but a singing activist has helped to change the story and the tone in Dandora. Between 2017 and 2020, police-community relations in the slums of Mathare, Dandora and Kibera were toxic. Security agents heightened surveillance to stem crime they said was on the rise. Crime busters were deployed to the informal settlements in unmarked cars and sometimes allegedly used fake number plates when they picked up suspected criminals. Some of those arrested turned up dead, some disappeared without a trace. This is how entities like Dandora Community Justice Center came into being. Get a copy of the Star e-paper for only 40 shillings by logging on to www.mgazzetti.com.